Assalamu alaikum, dear students. This is Abdul Mohammed from Akis Foundation School and College. Today I will deliver lecture about chapter 3, that is time value of money. Actually, the value of money is not constant. It is changing with the changes of time. If you deposit your money, then the bank will give you some interest, or the bank will add some amount with your principal amount. That's why your money will increase. Or if you get taka 1000 after 10 years, then you can't compare this 1000 taka after 10 years with the present 1000 taka, because uh, you will be able to buy the you will not be able to buy the same amount of product of taka 1000 after 10 years that you will be able to buy the amount of product with today's amount, today's 1000 taka. Actually, that's why we need to calculate the present value and the future value of money. If you deposit your money, then you have to calculate the future value. That means actually after a certain time period, how much money you will get from the bank. Or if you get a certain amount of money after a certain time period, then you have to compare that money with the present amount. That's why it is very important to learn the present value and the future value. Today we will learn how to calculate present value and future value. Before learning these two topics, we'll learn some term at first. I'm writing here FV. FV means future value. FV means future value. Then PV. PV means present value. Present value. I equals to interest rate. Interest rate. N equals to time or number of years. Number of years. Then M means number of compounding in a year. Number of compounding in a year. At first we'll learn how to calculate future value. I'm writing the formula at first. FB or future value equals to PV into 1 plus I to the power n. Here I have not written M. If the number of compounding is not written, then we have to consider that it is yearly compounding, and yearly compounding means number of compounding is one time in a year. So if you uh, multiply or divide any number by 1, then you will get the same amount. That's why I have directly written here FB equals to PV into 1 plus I to the power n. Now if it is not yearly compounding, or if it is written more than uh, one compounding in a year, suppose it may be 2 times, it may be 3 times, or it may be 4 times, or it may be 6 or 12 times in a year. In that case, you have to write this formula. FV equals to PV into 1 plus I by M to the power M multiply N. Okay, so this formula and this formula, if we compare these two formula, I have written this formula for yearly compounding, because if you write here 1, if you write 1 under this I, then the value will not sense, or if you multiply n with 1, then the value will not be sensed. That's why I have directly written this formula. If it is yearly compounding, then you have to, if you apply this formula, then you will easily get the amount. And if the number of compounding is more than 1 in a year, then you have to apply this formula. Okay, already I have written here I is for interest rate, and N is for number of year or time, and PB means present value, the amount which we will deposit in a bank, and then AB means future value which will be calculated. Then this one is for formula. Okay, now I am writing a question here. Mr. Arman will deposit taka 1000 in Sonali Bank. In Sonali Bank for 2 years. Okay, interest rate is 10%. Then how much money Mr. Arman will get from Sonali Bank Sonali Bank after 2 years. Okay, in this question, Mr. Arman will deposit taka 1000 in Sonali Bank for 2 years. That means he will deposit this amount for 2 years, and after 2 years he will withdraw this amount, and interest rate is 10%. How much money Mr. Arman will get from Sonali Bank after 2 years? Okay, here number of compounding is not written, and that's why we will consider this is yearly compounding. And if it is yearly compounding, we will apply this formula, FB equals to PB into 1 plus I to the power N. Here PB means the principal or present value, that is 1000 taka, and 1 is for formula, and I or interest rate is 10%. And this, if we write this 10% in decimal, then it will be 0.1, or easily we can calculate it. If you divide this 10 by 100, then you will get 0.1. then n or number of years or time is here 2. So if we apply this, or if we place this value, then you will easily get future value. FV or future value equals to PV into 1 plus I to the power n. We will apply calculator, or we will use calculator for getting result easily. So our PV or present value equals to 1000 taka. Then I or interest rate equals to 10% or 0.1. Then n time or number of years equals to 2. Then PV equals to 1000. 1 is for formula, plus I equals to 0.1, then n equals to 2. Okay, 1000. Now 1 plus 0.1 equals to 1.1 power 2 equals to 1000 multiplied by 1.21. So if you power it, then it will be 1.21. then it will be, if you multiply it, then it will be 1210 taka. So easily we can understand, if Mr. Arman deposit his money in bank, and if he deposits is for 2 years, after 2 years he will get 1210 taka, although he deposits taka 1000 2 years ago. So in this way we can easily calculate future value. Like the same way we can apply another formula, that is present value. Inshallah in our next class we will calculate present value. So this is all for today. Assalamu alaikum.